Work. Okay. Hi, my name is Brad Du Bois. I'm with the Plainfield Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Thursday's edition of Chamber Chat. Today, we're very lucky. We've got one of our board members, John Anderson. He also is the executive director of Level 2 Coworking, and he also runs Anderson Financial Planning Group. So, John, why don't you talk to us a little bit about being quarantined and social distancing, or actually anything you want to talk about? John, take it over.
Sure. So thanks for having me on, Brad. Like you said, I own my own financial planning firm, and I do work part-time as executive director at Level 2 as well. So basically what Level 2 is a co-working space. It's a nonprofit 501c3. Brad, you're on the board. We also have several other board members: Heather Olinger, Laura Steele, Brandy Perel, Jessica Elston, Brad Kuhn, Justin Cook, Brian Wheeler. I'm trying to go around the boardroom. Andrew Klinger. I think that's it.
I think that's
Susan
everyone,
Rossi. Susan Rossi.
Oh yes. Yep.
Yeah, Susan.
Can't forget.
Yeah. So what we do is we provide a co-working space for people to get out of the house and get work done. I know right now everybody's in the house, working from home, trying to work from home. I've got two boys, 7 and 8, and a 1-year-old daughter. So trying to get stuff done from home is a bit difficult. And there's my daughter. She's walking in right now. So it's a bit difficult, but when this is all over, I'll be looking forward to going back to the co-working space and actually focusing on work instead of being interrupted by schoolwork or everything else. So that's basically what we do at the co-working space. We also do programming, like for instance, this evening, Jordan Brown with the Way Martial Arts, I believe, who's
Yes.
a chamber member, and also does marketing as well. He will be doing a digital Zoom webinar on how to build a integrated digital campaign and how to schedule it out. So that'll be interesting. It's tonight at 5. Those are free. We usually do those in person at Level 2, but obviously we can't right now. So those are free resources. We're also putting out as much information as possible about the SBA, PPP, EIDL programs, which I know everybody else is doing as well. But we're just trying to be one additional resource for that information. For instance, the SBA came out Tuesday, so I don't. My days are getting mixed up right now, being in quarantine. 2 days ago, with new special orders on how to treat self-employment income. So we put that on our Facebook page. We'll probably throw that into a blog or an article as well. And also, I just checked the SBA page today, and they're out of funds for the PPP and the EIDL. So if you have not signed up for the program yet, and it said it was supposed to run until June 30th while supplies last, then it's out of money. But with that being said, everybody needs to contact their local senator and representative to try to get them to go back to the table and work. Republicans and Democrats, I don't really care who you are. Put your squabbles aside and help these small businesses that really need it. Because what we've seen is there's a lot of small businesses that might not necessarily need the money who have been getting the proceeds from the PPP already. Maybe they have a good accountant who's been on top of it. Maybe they're only down 10% or 15% of revenues. So those seem to be the employers that have been getting the lion's share, which is fine. I mean, they need the money too, but a lot of the smaller businesses whose income depends on them being able to work haven't been able to get it. So we need more money for the small businesses. So that's just my advocacy for that. So that's a bit of a ramble there.
No, that's all great information. You're absolutely right, John. There are a lot of small businesses that are suffering that haven't gotten any funds yet and need the funds desperately. So hopefully our legislature will figure it out and quit their squabbling and actually do some work for us, rather than sometimes it appears as though they're against us. Anyway, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Anderson Financial Planning Group. Have you been able to work from home, John? Is that something that you can
Sure.
do?
Yeah. So I've been working from home since it wasn't cool. Actually, anyway, I've been working from home since about 2012 or so. I've been trying to get to Level 2 to get some work done here and there between times, but I've been working from home. So it's a bit hard as the boys grow older. Right now when they're in school, it's a little bit easier, like actually in school. But right now it's a little bit more difficult as a lot of people who've been working from home with kids have probably figured out trying to work on their curriculum while you're getting work done is a bit difficult. And my wife also works, and she works from home sometimes, but she also goes into stores to work. And so trying to figure out a schedule. That's my daughter making noise. Trying to figure out a schedule and communicating is important. So we've been trying to communicate, who's doing homework duty today, who's got meetings that they have to be on and things like that. So that's important. That's what we've been trying to do. I've been doing a lot of my work in the evening times. So before dinner or after dinner, or when the kids go to bed, trying to get out information and get things to clients as well, because there's a lot of information. The CARES Act had a lot of stuff, not just for small businesses, but for individuals as well. So trying to get that information to clients who might need it is important.
Yeah, I would agree. It's amazing to me how much information we get on a daily basis. And I've said this time and time again. I mean, the emails are just rampant with COVID-19, and it's sometimes it's very, very overwhelming. I know we both live that daily with emails.
Sure.
Constantly. You're constantly bombarded, and I've been on numerous Zoom calls and numerous conference calls about this whole crisis and how people are dealing with it, and how companies are dealing with it, and how organizations and governmental agencies are dealing with it. So it can be very overwhelming for all of us. But I think all in all, I think a lot of people are getting, at least getting by. I know there's a lot of efforts in the community to help feed people, to help get them the things that they need. A lot of the stores are having special hours for folks that are at risk, which is good. I know Plainfield in particular, the town's done an extraordinary job. They've got some different services that are available to the residents. So I think we're actually coming together as a community. And I said this the other day with Alex, I hope we don't forget the lessons we're learning now. I hope we keep those
Sure.
things in mind once this is over and things are back to somewhat normal. Let's put it that way. So
yeah, we do have a short attention span, and it's getting even shorter with social media and I mean, TikTok is what, like 1 minute. I'm old, so
I've not explored that one yet, so I don't know.
On TikTok, but I think those are like 1 minute videos. So our attention span just seems to be shrinking and shrinking. So trying to remember this, I think like you're saying is very important.
Yeah, we don't want to repeat. Again, those who forget are doomed to repeat history, and we don't want to go through that again. So
Sure.
This has been tough enough on us now. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with our audience here on live, John? I mean, do you want to talk about the chamber? Is there anything that we can?
Well, so we noted yesterday, as I was interviewing Buffy, that we're doing the actual digital meeting, right, Brad, on the 21st.
Yes.
These things that you're doing right now with the chamber chats are awesome. Good way to get chamber members information out there. So I think just
by the way, our daily, if you want to be on it,
daily.
They're daily and they're Monday through Friday. So if you want to get on one of these Facebook Lives, just contact me and we'll get you on the schedule. It's starting to fill up. So make sure you get in touch with me.
Sure, that's right. Yeah. I mean, that's all. I think that's all great. That's important. The thing you're talking about, all the information coming out there. I mean, there's so many websites, so many things out there. And I think, what we try to do, trying to be advocates for small businesses, where's the fine line, right? Where's the not contributing to the extra information that people are getting in their inboxes for COVID-19, and still trying to provide something of benefit to the members so that they know what's going on. So I think we're trying to find that fine line is something that we'll be continuing to do. But as far as from a financial aspect of it, let's put on my financial planning hat to cover up my balding head. What I would say is the CARES Act. There's a lot of new information on there, and let's start with unemployment insurance. For the first time, Indiana allows self-employed individuals and contractors to sign up for unemployment insurance. That's a federal benefit right now, $600 a week. Indiana's still struggling to figure out those guidelines. Sorry, They're
There you go.
Indiana
Use the
still
phone.
struggling to figure out those guidelines. So it's going to be a wait for individual workers to get that benefit, or independent contractors to get that benefit. But that $600 federal benefit a week should helpful. Also, a lot of people have been getting the relief funds or stimulus checks in their mail. So what I would suggest with that is, first of all, save it, because we don't know what, if you can, we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months. You know, when the quarantine is going to lift. So if you can save it, save it. And then if your business isn't impacted and everything goes back to normal and you can spend it, spend it on some small businesses that might be struggling. Buy some gift cards, maybe. And also, there's the CARES Act provides for a $300 above the line charitable deduction. So that $300 charitable line deduction will help local charities. So maybe look for a $300 gift to a local charity. The previous tax cut did away with a lot of that because they doubled the standard deduction. So a lot of people don't itemize anymore, so they're not getting a benefit on their taxes for donating to charity. So, $300, maybe earmark $300 of that relief fund to go to a local charity, maybe a food pantry or something that you believe in, that might be in need. So those are some things to think about. Also, if most people are losing income in 2020 due to the shutdown. And another aspect of the CARES Act was you could put away filing your taxes for 2019 till July 15th, which means you can put off contributing to your IRA for 2019 until July 15th. So if you can recoup some of your business between now and July 15th, and then you can earmark some of that money to have a lower tax bill from 2019, that might be something smart to do as well. So those are all good financial ideas that you can have, or things that you might be able to do based on the CARES Act that just passed. There's a whole lot of stuff, but I don't want to get bogged down. My wife's eyes get glossed over when I start talking finances, so I try not to do that too much. But I do want to let people know there are resources out there, and so just try to look at them. I know there's a lot of information, but try to figure out over the next, we've got 3 months between April and July. Over the next 3 months, try to plan things out if you can, and work on your financial plan or your business plan, and see what ideas you can come up with to try to help yourself out through these next 3 months.
Perfect. You had great segue into when you were talking about the gift certificates. We have a program right now that's on our Facebook page that there are some vendors that are participating in Plainfield that you can go, and they have an online presence. You can buy a gift card from them for future use and be in a drawing every Friday. This will be our 4th week we've done this, and we've already given away, I think, almost $200 worth of gift cards in the past 3 weeks. So if it's real simple, all you have to do is buy a gift card from one of those participating businesses. If you buy, let's say, a $50 gift card from whomever, if they're participating business, we'll put your name in a drawing. If we happen to draw your name, you'll get another $50 gift card from that same business. So you can double your money. Just encourage people to give, to help support those businesses maybe now when they need it most. They need that cash flow. It's very, very important.